Hi friends, welcome to My Space to Craft. This is Allison with some out of this world scrapbooking. So I recently went to a scrapbooking retreat, and this is the first page that I tackled at that scrapbooking retreat. So here I'm trying to figure out which background pages I want. This is for some an ice skating classes that my daughter took on a cruise ship. So we were actually on a cruise, but I had this, I don't get very many opportunities to use snowy or winter paper since we live in outside of Houston, Texas, and don't get a lot of winter here. So I've already trimmed down these photos to the most important parts and trying to get some interest instead of all 4x6s. So I think I have three of them that are 4x4, and then two that I trimmed a little bit, but so are just smaller than a 4x6. And this is a Creative Memories paper pack that comes with 4 sheets of 12x12 paper and then a number of these photo mats. So here I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to use for photo matting. I've kind of decided the basic layout of the page, and I'm just doing some hemming and hawing here. Trying to figure out the best layout and what color combinations I really would like to use. And then I'm thinking about doing some borders because I love this snowflake paper. And then I have these silver, really shiny, iridescent letters that I got. You can see the red sticker I got on sale at Hobby Lobby, probably. So just looking to see if maybe they have enough duplicate letters in there for me to spell my title, which I decided would be Ice Ice Baby. I know it's obvious, but I thought it was cute, and she was little. She was only 3. So looking for those letters and deciding where it's going to be. I do a lot of back and forthing on positioning of this later on in the page. And look at me trying to stay organized and cleaned up, which I'm not very good at. My desk is usually a mess, but when I'm scrapbooking, I do try and clean up after each page a little bit just to make sure I have all the stuff. And I had brought some little dividers there to keep things in, so trying to be pretty organized at this retreat. So these are Kiwi Lane templates. I don't remember which one this is, but it's a set of wavy borders. They're really easy to use. I have a whole bunch of them. I have zigzags, which I've done on another page, and then these sort of crazy design ones. And all you do is pencil out the design. When I'm using the pencil, I do it on the back side of the paper that I'm using, so that I don't have to worry about erasing pencil marks and things like that. So you just draw it out, and then you take your scissors and fussy cut, and they have shapes and borders and all sorts of stuff. And you can use those templates to help layer as you do your design layout as well. So it's pretty handy. They're easy to use. They're not outrageously expensive, and the ones I bought I've used many times, so that's kind of fun. And it's easier than trying to design something like that on the Cricut or hand drawing it and it not being even. So putting on my readers so that I can do the fussy cutting. And even if it doesn't fussy cut perfectly, it's pretty easy to hide. All you have to do is ink those edges and you're good to go. I'm not sure if I did ink the edges on this one though, but it looks great. You can also use those templates in tear. They're pretty handy. So that's Kiwi Lane, and I'll include a link to their website when I post this video. So I'm fussy cutting here shortly. I'm going to speed things up, and we'll go double time in the next section. So just cutting out each side. And I did that so that I would be sure to have a straight edge on each side, and then it leaves me with some pattern in the middle. And I think you'll get to see what I do with that as well. I'm just going to use the opposite, the negative side. I'm going to trim that, and it's going to be pretty effective use of this paper, I think. So now I'm thinking that looks cute, but there's not enough contrast since both of those are white background. What else should I do? Oh, look, I already have some cut aparts. What would it look like if I did the opposite sides? And they're off, so it looks really cool. It's not just a mimic. I'm like, okay, that's gonna work. And give me that divider line. See? Confirmed. I have a plan. So I'm going to cut this pretty thin, not the full length of the template, a full width of the template, so that I can tuck it in. And then I'll do the other side. In the same way. So this is generally, I'm not very good at using templates from people, though I have, or scrap lifting. I kind of wing it and do my own thing a lot of the times. All right, so I'm thinking, and I've come back and look, that strip that I had left from those wavy lines is the perfect background mat for those two long pictures. Now I think I probably trimmed them to get them a little bit more narrow to fit on there, but I don't mind that because I kept the important stuff in the photo. There was just really a lot of ice, and I messed up that picture with some ink or some adhesive, something fell on it. So I'm just going to wing it, and I can reprint that picture if I need to. In fact, when I went back through, I didn't really notice it so much, so it'll probably stay that way. I made quite a few oopsies with that during this retreat where I made a little error. So I did do some inking, and I believe that I used blue, a Tim Holtz sapphire blue ink on all those to just bring out all of the edges. And this is actually 2 times speed. Doesn't seem that fast. All right. So lining those up, and then the side borders, or the, I don't know, they're like drapes to me. And my basic layout is done, and it's time to start embellishing. All right, I said I'm an engineer, and I hate it when things are a little bit off. So, time to start embellishing and get out all of my I'm just double checking that there wasn't a photo that I preferred. That one I'll probably put on my entrance page to this month. I have some space on that calendar page for a photo. And then I'm just looking at some different things. I want to do 3 cluster areas. Trying to figure out what's going to go in those cluster areas. I have some stickers from the same paper pack. And I'm just using the edge of my little sorting tray to keep those as I select them. And these are just some little tiny clusters of snowflakes that they had. All right, that was it for that one. And then these sort of, these are cardstock stickers, and they had some skis and some of these sort of graphics, snowflake-esque circle things that I decided to use as well. So I'm pulling all of those, trying to make sure I have 3 of things. And then they had these really cute penguins that I used as well. There goes the first penguin. And then I really kind of love, this is a border strip of snowflakes. So I thought that was pretty cute and would help me build an embellishment cluster so that I can get my triangle across the 2 pages. I find that when I'm doing a 2-page layout, it's almost harder to do a triangle and make it interesting and different than on a 1-page, because I always feel like I want something up in the top left-hand corner, and then it drives you to top left, middle bottom, top right. But that's okay. It's a formula. It works. So I'm off looking for some things. And we're back. So I took a little break and figured out, worked on my Cricut software and found some snowflakes, and I'm cutting those snowflakes out. You can see I made a tag out of one of those matting pieces of paper and have stuck down some of the embellishments that I pulled. So got quite a bit of progress, and now it's time to stick down those the title letters while the Cricut machine is cutting away at the extra snowflakes. I do already have some green snowflakes. Sorry about that, my phone dinged. I do have some green snowflakes on here that that I already cut, and they're pretty thin, so it's interesting trying to get those off my Cricut mat. But I'm cutting some purple ones while I'm doing this, taking care of this title. Just felt it needed a little something else, and you can see I've put the the little penguins on there and used some pieces from a different Creative Memories pack of embellishments as well, those little circles. And it was a wintry pack. So these letters were pretty thick. I was kind of wishing I could make them a little bit thinner. So now I'm starting to stick down all those embellishments. They're placed there, but nothing is actually, I don't think, glued down yet. So I'm using, this is, I had forgotten my art glitter glue at home for this, so I'm using my Creative Memories glue pen, which is actually really pretty nice. And it's somewhat adjustable and removable, but then hardens pretty well. So it's a really nice precision glue pen for small things. And I used it for years and years before I discovered art glitter glue. So here I'm dotting that glue onto another snowflake. And believe it or not, this is how slow I am. This is 3 times speed. So I wish I could scrap this fast. And then I'm looking at, do I want to make it a blue snowflake on a purple background, and for a third embellishment item? And yes, I do. So then I'll take that, getting double use of the negative space. Kind of fun. And just trying to use up some of the paper that I had. And I liked these snowflakes because they were a little bit similar to the snowflakes on the paper. So just building out those clusters and working on layering things. And moving stuff around as I figure out what goes where. All right. And then I think I started doing some gems and enamel dots after this. So here I'm looking for, this is a Creative Memories punch. I've had it for almost 20 years probably. Still works great. Difficult on really thicker paper, but usually works really, really well. And I'm doing that just to create some more depth and layer. So I don't make this an entire embellishment cluster up there, but I wanted a little something where that title is, and it dips in just to separate a little bit. So these are some little glitter buttons that I've had for a long time, and I decided they would make the perfect centers for all of those snowflakes. And then this is a lot of different embellishments that I have in a folder from Queen & Company. A lot of them are Queen & Company embellishments, and it's kind of easy to flip through. It doesn't contain all my embellishments, but It's pretty handy to look for things. And these are some little tiny crystals, and they're black and clear. So I thought, pull out a little bit of that black, since I have black on the penguins, and then the clear for crystals. So this is just some little sprinkle embellishments there at the end, and some stickles, glitter stickles, trying to decide which of the 3 clear or crystal stickles I have would be best. They're very similar. And then just adding a little more glitter to the page, a little more bling here and there to finish it off. I still have to do my journaling. Oh, this is a new glitter brush that I got from scrapbook.com. It was actually a freebie, and I wanted to add a little bit of glitter to the snowflakes. It didn't work that well. I think it's because it was on color. Had it been on white, I think it would have shown up a little bit more, but it did give a little bit of a gloss to those snowflakes. So I need to either do another layer on it or just use the stickles, I think. This did not have quite as much sheen as I wanted it to, but I'm just going through each of the legs of the snowflakes for a little glitz on there. And this is, sorry, oh, you can see my hair. So this is the page, and I was pretty excited to have my first page done at the scrapbooking retreat. I think I got 21 done completely. So there are more page layouts to come, some process videos. So please keep an eye out for those. Thanks for watching.